Today, I want to take you on a tour of Deep South. Let's start in the herb garden. Everything seems to be coming up, looking great. We keep adding a few things to it, but overall, the herb garden is looking really, really good. This is a shrimp plant. It's starting to bloom. The lavender's blooming. I have a strawberry that's blooming here in my herb garden. And we have the Granddaddy Graybeard. Some people call it a smoke plant. Isn't that beautiful? It's just starting to come out. This is one of our white peaches that's blooming. Our fig tree, and it has some small figs all over it, so we'll have plenty this year. These are my baby rabbits. Aren't they so cute? We just moved them from the mama, and they're all doing really good. Just real playful. Eating really good on their own. And these are our pear trees. We've got 3 of them. They're actually starting to bloom. Here's the other 2. This is our muscadines, and we actually have little grapes on them. Then our English peas. They're looking great. We had our first mess of English peas today. They're loaded with blooms and lots of peas and starting to fill out. So maybe we'll have plenty of English peas if it will start raining. We had to water today. You can see there's water in the center, but it's just so dry. And this is our sweet corn. This is the Stowell Evergreen. It's doing pretty good. Our lemongrass is starting to come back out. These are huckleberries. I've been picking those for about 3 weeks now. I've got a couple of quarts. It takes a lot of these little things to make a quart, guys. And this is on the frugal bed. These are my little watermelons. Sugar baby watermelons. I've got about a couple of dozen plants coming up. And then we have some onions, and this is my maypops or my passion flower. It just grows all over this frugal bed, and I really didn't want to pull it up yet. These are our containers with green beans in them. The first one and the last row of containers did really good. The middle row did not do as well. We've planted twice in there, and the middle row still hasn't come up very well. But we're hoping to have enough to at least eat some out of. But they're already blooming. We've already got blooms on them. And this is my raspberries, and my bulge is holding up really good in the raspberries, and they're all starting to come out. The strawberries have been blooming. We've been picking for a while. I have a few, little bit of clover there at the end of it, some wildflowers. Our tomatoes are doing pretty good. Danny's got most all of them staked. They're even starting to bloom. As you can see, we've staked a lot of them, got them doing. This is the horseradish from Alderman Farms. Got 3 plants that are doing awesome. Looking really, really great. And these are our blueberries. There's 50 of them. They're looking good, starting to bloom, and we even have berries on a lot of them. And they're going to be loaded this year, it looks like. So we're really proud of these 50 plants. These are mulberries. I've been picking these for over a month. I've got 3 or 4 quarts already, and this tree's still loaded. This is our one patch of cane, and as you can see, there's a lot of weeds there, but we pick those weeds and take them to the chickens, so those will get pulled. These are our sweet potatoes. We have 3 rows here. As dry as it is, we're going to have to water. Looks like these are our dewberries. I've been picking on these too. Getting about, I think I've got about a quart of these so far because we're not getting very many of them right now. But they're starting to turn. They're looking really good. This is our potatoes. They came up sporadic. Some rows are doing better than others. We had to plant a couple of times, but you can see they're starting to bloom. We've actually ate out of these a couple of times, and new potatoes are absolutely the best. As you can see, there's one row there that hardly anything's up. Some rows are better than others, different ages, so we just have a lot of rows of potatoes, but some of them are sporadic and some of them are really a full row. But they taste wonderful when you eat them, believe me. And this is our sugar cane second field. It's looking really good too. This is our new garden. This is the squash. Then we had some eggplant that Danny planted in there. I think all of them are living. The squash was just coming up. The eggplant's doing really good. Then the next row, I believe, is peppers. Those few are coming up, but the green beans did not come up very well. And we had a few, I think, and then the last, that's cucumbers on the last row. And on the far end, there's a few green beans starting to come up now. Not many, but a few, so we'll see how they do. The tomatoes, several of them are living and doing good, and I think even blooming. This is one of our rosemary bushes. We have several that are this size. These are the carrots that we're still eating on. We've still got quite a few carrots to go, so we're just eating daily out of them. And on this end, we had planted some onions in the spaces. This is our garlic chives around our apple tree. And as you can see, the tomatoes that I was showing you earlier, these are more of them staked. In this bed we have some radishes, onions, and carrots that I've been eating out of. These are one of our 3 strawberry beds. We've been getting strawberries and they're still blooming. There's lots of little berries all over them. This is some of our apple blooms. So the apple tree is actually blooming now. And this is the grandpa fig. It's actually even got one fig that's from way on back. It's looking great. These are rattlesnake beans. We had somebody send these to us, so we planted them here to get a start, and they're growing. And then the yarrow all under the tree for teas. In this raised bed we have some huckleberries, onions, and I planted some green beans in here. They're starting to come up, and so we're trying green beans in several locations this time just to see how they do. Our Danny corn, it's ready to be plowed and fertilized again, so we're fixing to have to get out there and do that. These are our scuppernons. They're looking good. They're finally taking over. These are mayhaws. Got about 5 or 6 of those trees here. And our plum trees. This is the first year that our plum trees have actually bloomed. So we're hoping for a few plums this year maybe. These are our 5 baby chicks and our 3 mama hens. Don't know whose is whose, but they all get along great. This is our granddaddy graybeard again that I have in the herb garden. The sweet potatoes that Patty Alderman gave us from Alderman Farms, they're white. These are our containers with lettuce, and this little thing is Danny's walnut tree. These are our fingerling potatoes, all doing really good. In the corral, these are some of his tomatoes and peppers that he has there. They're all looking great, starting to bloom. I have two types of ginger. This is one of them, and this is the other that is growing, coming back out, looking great. Our butter peas. I've got almost a full stand of butter peas. I think we will be able to have quite a few of these to shell this year. And a few flowers. Here are petunias. I've got my red roses that are starting to bloom a little. And I've planted quite a few wild violets, and they are all blooming. This is our first daylily, but we will have many more of all different colors. An English dogwood, we have one on each side of our sidewalk, and our pomegranate has many blooms on it. That one I'm excited about. We have a lot of red clover that's blooming this time of the year, and pear blossoms. We've been eating asparagus for several weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks, and it's awesome. And Little Miss is setting on eggs again, so we're going to have more baby chicks. My cotton experience, guys. This is cotton. I've only got 5 or 6 out of the 20 I planted, but I'm going to replant. Might have planted too early. And here, last week, before I went to the hospital, I was watching the trees, just watching the wind blow. It was blowing so pretty, and you know, you sit and think, God created everything. He makes everything for us to admire. He made everything for us to enjoy. And Danny and I plant things, but it's God in the end that makes it yield fruit and vegetables. We hope you enjoyed this little tour on Deep South Homestead. Thank you, guys.